Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Again, kind of like the last one, I can't exactly remember what Elite series this is. Probably will be in the title, so yeah, it's that Elite series, Bianca Belair. You'll know exactly which one once I mention it's the Elite Bianca with the Ultimate Edition toe articulation. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting part of this formula that's unique. But kind of as, the standard for the last few action figures, if I can get Bianca Belair to actually stand without fucking face planting or bashing the back of her head off the canvas. She is not in the plastic prison, another one of the figures I bought loose, yes, so we are going to get into the accessories themselves. As you can see, she does have mic holding hands on the figure. She comes with a set of fist hands to, punch people in the face and do all that cool jazz. She's got some John Cena you can't see me hands, because, big fan of John Cena, I guess. You could also say they're slap hands, but I don't know. Maybe people do slap wide fingered, but I've never personally noticed. Anywho, you've also got the sunglasses, which are pretty cool and unique to see. They got little studs and stuff like that. Why am I showing you from so far away? Yeah, now you can see those a bit better. Looking at the jacket, very similar designing to her in-ring gear. I think the pink on this kind of stands out a bit better, more probably because it's on this pleather-ish feeling jacket. But yeah, it's essentially the same thing as her attire, but the pink I think is a little bit darker on the pleather jacket. But yeah, now that we're all said and done with the accessories, let's get into the figure itself. Of course, this is my very first Bianca Belair, so pretty nice figure to get into the collection. As you can tell, I've been on a rampage of finding women's figures to add into the collection. I've been collecting for a very long time, and I own very little women's figures in my collection, so I'm trying to make up for some lost time, I guess you could say. And getting a good first look at this in person, I can tell you I do love the white and pink attire. It gives me ravishing Rick Rude vibes with having herself plastered on the attire. Of course, this is kind of like a copy multiple image look, as it's all over the place. And same thing with the lips. Kind of a standard set when it comes to her attire, especially if you look here on the back. Her back tattoo is literally like a bunch of lips going down her spine. I can't tell what name that is. Oh, it says Bianca in it. Okay. I could not tell you what is on her shoulder blades, though. I can't read cursive. And she also, wrong wrist. She also has a tattoo on her wrist. So, maybe not the most tatted up female in WWE, especially compared to Rhea Ripley, for instance. But she's got a few, pretty decent looking tattoos, pretty nice ones, I'd say, especially the back tattoo is fairly nice. Of course, with this being an older Elite, though, this Bianca does have the older single jointed arms, so that's kind of a shame, but they did kind of make up for it with the toe articulation being randomly applied in this figure. But yeah, getting into some more stuff about this attire, it has something written on the armband here, but it is such a shiny material. It is hard to read, honestly. I really can't read that even without looking at it on the camera. Maybe if I get closer with the camera I can. Yeah, no, I really can't read that. I don't know why my eyesight is just not reading good right now as far as a silver-ish design looks. But she's also kind of got silver-ish hair ties or something around her wrist. It fits into the aesthetic of her attire, especially with having the silver parts on her boots, which are also on the inside of the boots as well. Just all around interesting stuff when it comes to this figure. Now, as far as maybe articulation wise goes, the head can look down about that far. You can put that this head honestly doesn't move the best, I'm noticing. It can look up about that high. Just notice that it also has stuff written in the hair. Bianca Belair EST. I guess I should have figured that one. More silver accents in the hair tie. A little bit of paint chippage next to the hair, which is kind of odd to see. Got silver jewels and EST in the braid. Of course, her long braid is a big part of her gimmick. She's got that weird women's waist articulation that doesn't allow them to have the best ab crunch. They can go back quite a bit, and they have the waist swivel, kind of almost like an AEW figure. Of course, has waist swivel, shoulder articulation, upper bicep rotation, single jointed arm as I mentioned, wrist articulation and rotation. Upper thigh cut is there. I want to say so far out of all my women's figures, this might be the closest one that could actually come to possibly doing a big boot if you prop her up right. So, kind of nice to see that, I guess. Of course, double jointed knee as she is an elite. She has upper thigh cut, but they are very, very tight, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Of course, she's got ankle articulation, a little bit of ankle rock, and she's got the toe pivot or toe articulation, whatever you want to call that. I don't know. Don't know why I called it toe pivot, because I don't think that has any relation to do with that. But yeah, with that being said, why don't I get her all posed up, and yeah, we can kind of give our final thoughts and get into the next few reviews, and maybe I can start working on the pick fed. Maybe I'll take a nap. I don't know, but I don't know when you'll see this review either, so before I ramble on too much, let's get into that, shall we? Alrighty, now that we've got this Bianca Belair all posed up on the stage, I will say this now that I do remember. This Bianca Belair was supposed to come with a set of earrings, I want to say, but it did not come with a set of earrings in the listing that I got it on. But if you do buy this mock, I want to say it does come with a set of earrings. Figured I'd mention that now, just in case, some of you guys are out there watching this after I get out of the accessories going, but wait a minute, where's her earrings? Well, that's why I don't have the earrings. I'll probably end up buying another Bianca Belair that does have the removable earring accessories, and I'll just put them on this figure as well when I use this figure, because I think I am going to be doing a women's roster for the pick fed at some point. Just gotta build more of a women's roster. I at least want maybe 12 decent women's wrestlers to put into my roster. So, once I find all the women's wrestlers that I want to not just have in the collection, but pick fed wise, you'll see when that change starts getting implemented. Anywho, what would I rate this figure though? It is an older style, but with the Ultimate Edition toe articulation, minus the one accessory as well, I think I'm gonna give this a good solid 8, honestly. If I did have all the accessories and whatever, etc., honestly, this would be a top-notch, maybe even a solid 9 if it had the double jointed arms and stuff. But yeah, not the biggest ordeal. Still a really good solid 8 overall. Though, ab articulation on this woman's figure is fairly loose. I will say that posing her up for the thumbnail was kind of a pain, and honestly, I may just try to get a good couple of little snaps up in here through the video, and I'll just use this as the thumbnail. So sorry if you see me kind of just panel shining right now. But yeah, what would I rate this out of 5 stars? I'd say I'd give this a good solid 4 out of 5. I did give it a good solid 8 out of 10 stars, right? Yeah, 10, right? So 4 out of 5 stars for the Meltzer rating. On that note, though, if you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't like the video, well, sorry, I guess. But if you did like the video, feel free to check out some of my other content as far as action figure reviews, unboxings, and PicFed content goes. I am going to be working on the pay-per-view here shortly. I don't know if it'll be exactly within the next couple hours, or if it'll be once I kind of get a small nap in after I do all these reviews. I don't know. But what I do know is that this review is going to be, I don't know, probably one of the longer ones, I think, now that I see the time. And it might be probably one of the more higher rated as far as the women's go. I don't know. I just feel like out of all the women's figures, the Bianca, Belair, and the Roxanne are probably going to be the more popular view-wise. Maybe I'll be wrong. I don't know. Kind of just rambling at this point now. I did mention all the PicFed and stuff like that as far as I'm aware of, so feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe, and if you want to, feel free to follow me on Instagram as well. I know I just kind of rambled on for a minute there, so sorry about that, but yeah, we are out of here. Have a good rest of your night or good morning, whenever you are watching this. We are out of here. Peace out, yo.